Jack, who is known in school as a bad student, mocking or maliciously humiliating others, and using violence against others.
Only weakers cry.
He is always vandalizing school facilities and classrooms. His grades were also a mess, and teachers were disappointed in him. A new teacher named Mrs. Wendy came to Jack's class.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Miss Wendy. Teacher Janice is pregnant, so I will be the temporary science teacher for you all. Nice to meet you guys.
At this time, Jack walked into the classroom. Jack always disrupts the classroom order and interferes with the teacher and other students in class. He has showed no respect to Mrs. Wendy and tried to challenge her as a teacher. After class, Mrs. Wendy took the initiative to talk to Jack, but was rejected by Jack. One day during the evening class, the classroom was powered off. Jack suddenly let out a scream because he always bullies his classmates. No one comforts him, and everyone laughs at him. Jack sitting in the corridor without perseverance. Miss Wendy saw Jack sitting alone in the corridor on the way out of class. When Miss Wendy sat down to comfort Jack, he was very resistant to the teacher's concern. Then Miss Wendy gave up the idea and told a story.
Actually, I have a friend just like you. When she was little, her parents were divorced, so they didn't have a good relationship and didn't care about their children's academic performance. So she was always bullying other students at school to get attention from her parents. She would even do things that were so out of character that the school authorities have to call the parents. But when she came home, she was always inevitably beaten up by her parents. Then something happened that made her understand one thing. It is that although children cannot choose their birth and parents, they can choose what kind of person they want to be. We cannot always live in the shadow of our parents.
Mrs. Wendy knows that Jack would not be able to keep up with the teaching, so she teaches one-to-one teaching every day. A member of staff suddenly brought paintings into the classroom. Wendy noticed that Jack had a new interest in art, so she encouraged Jack to show his talent in these areas. Other students also noticed Jack's transformation. They saw his effort and started to follow his example. Mrs. Wendy has been hailed as a true hero. The school presented Jack with a certificate of best student. After the awards ceremony, Jack asked the teacher why she was willing to help him. Mrs. Wendy begins to tell about her school days. She was also notoriously a bad student at school, bullied classmates, gambled, sell illegal items, even joined gangs. One day, when they walk into a corridor, they are bullying a female student as usual. However, an accident happened. Nazir caused a student to fall down from a stairs. As a consequence, the girl injured her arms and caused her to have side effects. Since then, she realized that her behavior has caused others to be affected in their whole life. She decided to change her behavior and start to become a good student. She then became a teacher because she knew that students want to become a teacher, and yet she cannot achieve her dream because of her